Hello everyone, Soccer Holden 13 here. As you can see, I'm on a blimp, and I'm going to be talking about the Republican nomination for 2016, my predictions, who I think is ultimately going to win that nomination. Now, if we start looking at this, there's a lot of Republican candidates throwing their hat in the ring, so to speak, to try and win this nomination. A lot of them are going to be irrelevant. I mean, you look at guys like Ben Carson, Lindsey Graham, whoever, I forget her name, like Christy Irafona or whatever, that person from Hewlett Packard that is running. Those type of candidates have no chance. I'm just going to say it right now. I think if you're looking at people that have a chance in this nomination, it's going to be Jeb Bush, it's going to be Donald Trump, it's going to be Rand Paul, and it's going to be Chris Christie. I don't see anybody outside of those four people with even a slight chance of winning the nomination. I think, it's narrowed down to those four. Personally, I wanted to keep my personal views out of this, but I think Rand Paul is who I would want to win that nomination. I don't have high hopes for him either. I feel like, he doesn't have much of a chance. And Chris Christie, with kind of the scandals that have been going on recently with him, doesn't have much of a chance either. I think it comes down ultimately to Donald Trump and Jeb Bush. Now, if we look at it from that perspective, Jeb Bush was initially the front runner in the polls. He has that Bush pedigree that for some reason everyone down the South loves. He's kind of a fan favorite with Republicans. Already had two Bushes in the White House. Now they're looking to go for a third. You can kind of label him as the smart Bush. A lot of people think he's smarter than George Bush was, his brother. But ultimately, being a smart Bush, does that really make you that smart? And I think that's what people are going to start looking at when it comes down to, when you talk about the debates, there's going to be a ton of candidates on the floor during these initial debates because everyone's going to be in. No one's dropped out. So everybody's going to be scared to debate Donald Trump because Donald Trump, this is a guy that has no fear whatsoever. He's going to come out there. He's going to criticize other people for their positions. He's going to be very adamant about what he's going to do to fix the country in his own mind. Donald Trump's gaining a lot of momentum. I believe he's actually taken over the number one spot in the polls now. There are some concerns with potential racist comments he made against the Mexican people. I think that's, just people trying to be politically correct. I don't think he intentionally said anything racist. But that's kind of what people are painting that picture. But again, with the Republicans, we're talking about Republicans voting here, not Democrats, not the general public. And I don't think Republicans care that much about that politically correctness on behalf of the Mexican people. So I don't think that's going to be a factor in the primaries for Donald Trump. If anything, it hurts him in a general election situation. But I think given the current momentum going for Donald Trump and the fact that he's going to have no fear in criticizing these other candidates that aren't that great to begin with, I predict him to win the nomination and be the Republican candidate. Now, I look at certain situations, over the Democratic side, which I talked about in my other video, it's going to be more close. It's going to come down to Hillary Clinton or Bernie Sanders. You can kind of flip a coin between them, I think. Hillary Clinton, by a lot of accounts, is the favorite, but I picked Bernie Sanders to win that. But let's say Hillary Clinton wins, and it's Hillary Clinton versus Donald Trump. Donald Trump, say what you will about him, but he knows how to debate, and he knows how to speak his mind. I think he will destroy Hillary Clinton in any sort of debate. That's just the gut feeling I get based on the two personalities. I see that he'll be the really dominating presence in a debate, whether you agree with what he's saying or not. I feel like he's just going to come off as the more dominant person. Bernie Sanders versus Donald Trump gets a little more interesting because Bernie Sanders can definitely hold his own in debates and he can speak his mind. I think that would be a very interesting two final candidates if that were to happen. And that's actually what I'm predicting is Donald Trump versus Bernie Sanders. Leave some comments, see if you disagree with what I'm saying with Donald Trump winning the nomination. Regardless of what you think about him, he's a very popular presence in the United States. He's someone that has a lot of name recognition. Everyone knows who he is. And the only Republican candidate I can think of that really has that same name recognition is Jeb Bush. And Jeb Bush is just a bland candidate. He really is. He's nothing special. And I don't think anyone's really psyched about him. So I feel like it's going to be an easy win for Donald Trump in the Republican nomination. Again, the Democratic side not so close. Closer than what I expect from this Republican primary. But again, leave comments. Let me know if you think I'm wrong. Appreciate to continue this debate.